Tell you right now, I have not played much wooded golf like this before. And I learned while watching the pros. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? Kelly, and I'm bringing you a brand new video today. So today we're hitting up the back nine out here at Johnson Hills. I am having an absolute amazing time out here at this brand new course for myself. It's actually my first time out here, and I've enjoyed the front nine very, very much so far. I highly recommend coming out here if you've never been out to Johnson Hills. So we're going to be starting on hole 10 here. The front nine looked a little bit easier actually than this back nine is going to be, but we're going to find out, and we're going to try and shoot double-digit negative scores here. Right now we are 4 under through the front nine, so we're going to see if we can pick up 6 strokes here on this back nine and get to that double-digit mark that we're looking for. So let's start off with hole 10 and see what we can do here. Hole 10 here at Johnson Hills is going to be 340 feet par 3. You can see the basket down there. This is looking like a pretty demanding tee shot here. You have to hit this, have something go pretty straight for a while, and there is an open gap there that I'm looking to hit. I'm gonna take my Star Leopard 3 here, try and pump something up the middle here and not end up too far off in the left on the rough. Oh, we hit that tree. That was gonna be so good. Going to have a little approach here. Gonna take my 350 GPA 3. Go. Gonna be a little short. Oh. Going to unfortunately start out the back nine here with a bogey. We didn't have a great tee shot, and like I mentioned before, we got to get off the tee to even have a chance at hitting any birdies out here on these courses. So I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in here today and hanging out with me at Johnson Hills. Been having a great time out here so far. We're gonna move on to hole 11 here and see what we can pick up here. 11. I'm not sure which pin location it is in right now. A is going to be 290 feet, and then B is going to be 360 feet. Both are par 4s. You're gonna want to get something up and through that gap right there. This is looking like a really, really demanding tee shot here. We're gonna take the Star Leopard 3 and just hopefully get something through this initial gap. Wow, so we hit the top of the hill over there, skipped up and over, and we should have a look at the basket. Course actually feels very similar to one of my home courses back in Michigan called Willow Metro Park. It's where I always play, 24-hole course, super, super wooded, really nice to play. This feels very similar. The only difference really is the elevation change. There's everything in Michigan's pretty flat other than if you go play like toboggan or stuff like that. But really, really enjoying this so far. Definitely going to be one of the courses that I come out and play a lot more. Probably do a lot of challenges actually out here, maybe putter only rounds. I have a couple cool ideas for challenges and stuff like that. So we'll get into that in later videos, but we're gonna see where we ended up after we hit the top of this hill here and see if we have a look for an eagle. All right, so the basket is actually right there. And then we ended up with our drive right there, so not too far away. We're gonna give this thing a run at the basket, just a nice little backhand hyzer with the A3. Little short, need to put a little bit more on that. We'll take the birdie on the par 4 here, and we'll gain back the stroke that we lost on that first hole. 12 is going to be an uphill dog leg to the right, just through that gap there. It looks like it's in the B location, so it's going to be 255 feet uphill, probably playing more like 275 actually. I'm going to take that Andrew Marweed Firebird here and try and get it to go pretty straight for at first, and then nice finish towards the end, towards the basket. Ooh, nice right kick off those trees up there. We should have a pretty good look at the basket. What I really like about playing here in Ohio and even in Kentucky is a lot of the tee shots on all of these courses require you to really get off the tee so that you have a look for the birdie, or you end off in the rough really far. So this is really making my game improve. Actually, I can't wait to go back to Michigan and play some of the courses that I was always playing on the weekends and things like that, and see how well I can shoot after playing all these more difficult style courses out here in Ohio and Kentucky. Really stoked about all the disc golf that we've been playing lately, and really stoked about all the content that we've been putting out. If you like it, make sure you leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. But we're gonna see where we ended up here on hole 12, and hopefully we can hit another birdie. Are you serious? Hole 13, par 3, downhill, 270 feet. You can see the basket right there. So I'm actually going to take a putter at this hole. Normally a 270-foot hole I would not take a putter to, but because this is so far downhill, I need something to go super straight and have a soft finish at the end. We're gonna throw the Big Z Fierce here. I've been trusting this thing a lot off the tee, so we're gonna see what we can do. Put a little bit too much hyzer on it. It hit a tree. Fortunately, took a kick to the right. Hopefully, we'll have an easy look at the basket. It's definitely been the hardest hole on the course so far. It is a super touchy shot. When you're throwing downhill like this that much and don't have very much green to work with, you have to be pinpoint accurate here. Otherwise, your disc is going to go either off to the left or right rough, and you do not want that out here. Ended up right there. Basket is just behind that tree, as you can see. We don't do any type of laying up on this channel, so I'm gonna give this a run at the basket and really hope that this does not roll down this hill. This is a very slopey green here, so we're gonna see if we can get something in the basket. Do it. Oh, sit. Sit. Hit that tree. Oh man. Oh man. Rolled away a little bit. 14, going to be straight uphill in the B location, 240 feet. Really tight tunnel gap here actually, so I'm going to take my 400G M4, try and get this thing up there as far as I can. Ooh, hung on to it a little bit too much, had a good kick off to the left fairway though. Straight up the hill, you can see right there. We're gonna have an approach at the basket here. Little short, but we'll have a shot at the par here. There we go. Needed that putt to boost the confidence here. 15. Par 4, I'm gonna imagine this is in the B location, so it's gonna be 490 feet. You're going to wanna go down the fairway here. That yellow sign there is actually a mandatory, so we're gonna have to make sure that we hit that mando. This is going to be an extremely difficult hole. We're gonna get a little risky here. We're gonna take the S-Line DD3, see how far we can pump this thing down this fairway. Hook up. Wow, that should be really far down the fairway. Really stoked on that drive, actually. I'll tell you right now, I have not played much wooded golf like this before, where there is very tight and narrow fairways, mandatories, and distance. This hole is like 490 feet in the woods, super tight fairway. I'm really stoked on the drive that we actually had here. So we're gonna see where we actually ended up, and hopefully, if it is in the B location, it is a par 5, so hopefully we're in a good spot and we can actually get up and down for maybe an eagle. Not exactly where I wanted to be. You can see the disc right there, and then the basket is just right down there. So we're gonna have an open look at the basket here and hopefully get this thing down there so we can look at an eagle. Taking the big Z Fierce here to get up and down. It's going to be down there, kind of grip locked it a little bit, but it had a fortunate kick at the end there. This would be huge if we hit this putt. Let's go. The sign, I'm not really sure what the sign is saying right now or what tee pad we're on or anything like that, but I believe this is the B location. It says there's 2 tee pads here, but I think we're on the short one. See the basket down there. It's going to be a very, very challenging hole here. I'm really in between on this right now. I don't know if I should go with the forehand or the backhand. I'm kind of leaning more towards a turnover backhand shot. Like I mentioned in previous videos, that's not our greatest shot, but we're going to take our P-line FD and try and turn this thing over in the fairway. Have it hopefully not hyzer back too much. Dang it, we're going to be off in the rough. We're pretty far off the fairway here. Basket is going to be that way, so I'm going to pitch something up out that way down the fairway so we can have a clear look. All right, we'll be out of here. Gonna pitch a forehand up there. These have been some of the most difficult wooded holes I have ever played in my life. I am definitely already excited to get back out here and try and play these through again and see what we can do. I'm looking at hole 17 right now. This is going to be another difficult hole here on the back 9. So I'm not sure which pin location this actually is, but you can see it is a straight tunnel shot down there. It is either 330 feet or 580 feet. I'm going to take the bush now and figure out which one it actually is. Actually, it's 330 feet, par 3. I'm going to take the big Z Fierce here. The reason for that is I want something to land in the middle of the fairway here and not have too much finish off to the left. So we're going to see what we can do here. Sit, sit. Should just be off in there just a little bit. All right, we're in a really tough spot over here. I'm probably going to just have to pitch this out to the fairway. I'm gonna try and throw this thing in here so we can save this par. Set. Not a great run at it. Hopefully have a bogey putt. You gotta be kidding me. That's going to be a very, very unfortunate double bogey going into the final hole. 18 in the final hole here at Johnson Hills. It's going to be in the B location. It's going to be a par 4, 380 feet. You're going to want to hit this gap right there that I'm zooming in on now. You won't probably be able to see me tee off from the beginning, but you will see the very end. And we're going to want to end up somewhere in the fairway to have a nice approach shot at the basket that's deep, deep in there. Take my M4 on this and toss it off to the right side. Hopefully end up in the middle of the fairway. That should be all right. We should have an approach at the basket. And I learned while watching the pros out at Idlewild was their disc selection off the tee. When they had longer par 4 holes that are a little bit more technical, most of them weren't taking distance drivers at all. They were taking either a mid-range that's a controllable mid-range or a controllable fairway driver and putting themselves in a spot on the fairway that allows them to get up and down for the easy birdie. So that's something that I've been trying to do off the tee. As you saw, I threw an M4 on like a 380 foot hole. So hopefully we're somewhere off here on the fairway where we can get up and down pretty easy. Cut off just a little bit here. We're gonna have a interesting approach shot to get up and down to hopefully look at a birdie. I'm gonna take my Big Z Fierce and try and hit this gap that you're seeing right here. There we go, hit the gap, a little bit shorter than we would like, but we're gonna have a putt for the birdie. Going to conclude the back nine here at Johnson Hills. That back nine was very, very difficult compared to the front, but either way, I had an absolute great time out here. I absolutely love this course. I will definitely be coming back here. On the round of 18 through the front and the back nine, we actually ended up shooting -3. We had an unfortunate double bogey there on hole 17, but either way, I'm super stoked on the score out here for the first time shooting out here. We're under, which is awesome. But I want to thank you all for tuning in here today and hanging out with me here at Johnson Hills. If you would, leave a like on the video, leave a comment down below on what you thought about the round, and also hit that subscribe button because we're going to be bringing you way more videos out here. So thank you again, and we will see you in the next one.